you the super soul system with the magnetic and say what?
At the Minnesota State Fair with Sharon Jones, who will be performing tonight with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Welcome to the Minnesota.
Hey, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
To the great Minnesota get-together that is. That's what we call it here.
My first fair.
Well, welcome. Yeah. Have you gotten a chance to walk around yet?
Well, no. I came in early. I did a couple of radio interviews, and I got a chance to walk over to this truck and get a pork chop on a stick.
Nice, that's a good one.
Oh, I have to have another one. And I got a root beer float.
Nice. No chocolate dipped bacon on a stick?
No, I love chocolate, I love bacon, but I don't like them together.
No deep fried candy bar on a stick?
No, not too much sweets, no.
Okay. My normal favorite fair event is the Minnesota State Fair Amateur Talent Contest.
Oh. God, okay.
Now, if you had to be in a talent contest and not sing or dance or do your thing, what would you do?
If I didn't, no singing or dancing. Well, the only thing I do when I'm not singing and dancing is relaxing. So if they had a talent show for fishing, you know, I would probably go do that.
Well, we could go over to the DNR building and do some fly fishing or something like that.
Not never fly fish, but you know.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm sure in Minnesota we can do something like that.
You find something to do, you know.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, you know, too, I like, you know, being running, you know, athletic, you know, doing something.
So we can do an athletic activity showcase. Yeah,
I do. Basically, that's it. I think I'm working out. They should call it Sharon's workout 101 when I'm on stage.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys should seriously make a workout video now. I'm sure that would sell like hotcakes.
Yes, I was born in Augusta, Georgia.
As James Brown was. And we saw on your website there was a picture of you and James Brown.
Yeah, you know, I got a chance to take that picture with him April of 2006, and he passed away December that year.
Was that the first and last?
That's the first and last. Yeah, I got a chance to meet with him.
Where was it? What was it?
It was in Italy. It was doing a Perugia. They call it Perugia.
Ooh, the home of the chocolates, hazelnut chocolate.
And it was the year that they won the Italians won the
World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an amazing event for me.
Oh, wow.
To be there when they won the World Championship, and plus to see James Brown, and plus I was there singing. You know, I was like 14 days, 2 weeks. Yeah.
You've done many things, but you're also a corrections officer at Rikers Island.
Yes, I was a correction officer at Rikers. I was there from '88 to '90.
Did you sing any of the prisoners to sleep, or
no,
did you make any?
No. Well, once I told the inmates that I was a singer. And so I thought they was joking, but they was really serious. And some nights I'd be in the mods. The mods would have the beds, you know, next to each other. Then they have me in the cells. So thank God I was in the cells that night. And they refused to lock in until I sang the verse of The Greatest Love. So I really had to sing The Greatest Love to the inmates. And then this one big inmate, like standing like this, she's like, "Don't worry, Miss Jones." And he would walk to the cells, and he was like, "Okay, close this one." And he'd push the in, like, "You get in." The door go plum, and I was like, shh. And he walked to each cell, and they all went in, and they went in. I really thought I was gonna have to call the captain and the squad to put them up, but I really sang, and they kept their word, and they went in their cells.
Well, The Greatest Love.
Yeah.
Well, you also had a role in The Great Debaters, yeah?
Yes, I played a character.
Denzel Washington.
Well, it was such a small role that it ended up on the director's cut. But one,
I love that. You're like, don't rent the DVD. Make sure you get the director's cut.
Yeah, you get the DVD and then right down at the extras. I'm in the extras. But no, actually, the first 2 minutes of the movie, when it comes on, like, soul is a witness, yeah, and I'm shouting. So you see me shouting at the beginning of the movie.
That's awesome.
I was in the juke joint, so that was pretty good.
Well, it was, yeah, you were well cast. Was what you're saying.
I mean, I practiced those little lines. I had my little 2 lines. And they end up on a director's cut, so that's okay.
I was listening to a radio program, an interview with you and Bosco a while back, and he was talking about how you got into the group by doing like you were on a CD or a song that was made for a guy or something like that.
Actually, how I got something in my eye. They needed some background singers, so I went in to do the background singers for Lee Fields, and they ended up giving me this song saying like, just put some words to this, you know, just make up something, you know. And I start going, the music is playing, And the lyrics are switchblade. That was my background. So then I was like, I told you I'll cut you. I'll cut you so fast your mama won't know you. A junkyard dog and tuck his tail up and run when he see me coming. And I was just talking mess on this. Right. And they literally slowed the voice down. And next thing I noticed, they had a record out called Switchblade with me singing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just talking
and then
stuff.
it just came from like that.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, maybe a year later, they said, you want to go to London? And we started rehearsing and put together some songs. And here I am in London, opening up for Maceo Parker.
Hey.
And I got the name Queen of Funk. That was my first, that's how I got the title, Queen of Funk.
Wow. How does it feel to be kind of carrying the torch?
It really feels good now, I mean, because all these years we've been working. I mean, when a lot of people started the record labels and, they always do their certain songs, but then they want to move on up to try to get to the mainstream audience, but we stayed independent and we figured they come to us. A lot of the college students, thank God for college students that's into old music, R&B and soul. And they was the one that listened to this stuff, and we started doing college gigs and then going to Europe where it's never left. Yeah. And now here we are getting back popular here. Now Amy and Mark Ronson and JC and even Al Green is coming back using the Dap Kings, and everyone just want a little bit of us, so that's good.
You had a residency in Barcelona. What was that about?
Well, that was the first, when the album first came out, our Dap Dipping. We bootlegged our own album since we had to go away and tour, and they wasn't printing them out enough. So we went over in Barcelona, and we was there for a month. We was with an agency called at Masi Mas. We played at La Boite, at this club, every night. I mean, our gig was Monday through Friday, and we worked 2 hours a night. We didn't have to be to work until 11 o'clock at night. It was a beautiful thing, and all day long we just roamed Barcelona. Just
beautiful,
it was
place.
Beautiful. I mean, we was like, should we move here? Can we get apartments and start the studio here? We was almost ready to stay.
I'm sorry to go back to your eclectic jobs that you've had in your life.
Okay.
But you were also an armored car driver.
I worked Wells Fargo. I was with those guys for quite a few years doing I carried a gun, and I would dress like I'm dressed now, but I always wore like a vest or something to hide my .38. And that's when the ATM Citibanks was the ATM machine started, and I was guard those guys while they go and put the money in the ATM machines.
This is in New York?
Yeah, that was in New York.
Wow.
It was a good gig. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Any money go missing or?
No, actually, no,
like
not around me. I mean, I think sometimes it's just so funny that I've been around so much money and the smell of new money, and we would be like throwing it at each other, playing around. So yeah, and then I realized one day I didn't know we had that much money in that van.
Yeah.
And then one Christmas, and it was like it's like $5 million, and at this time it was in tens.
Oh my
tens
God.
and 20s, I think.
Oh Lord.
Oh God, it was so much money. It was so much, but it was good.
Well, because I can hear the amateur talent contest, it's very fresh in my mind.
Oh, okay.
The way and this might be a better question for Binky, but since he's not here, we'll go with you. They introduce every performer. It has to submit 3 adjectives about themselves with the first letter of their name. Like, this is Sharon Jones. She describes herself as shiny, silly, or how would you do it?
So they call me Shazzy. Shazzy J in Australia. So sassy, super, stupendous. No, that's what Dinky be saying. They be doing that stuff. No, me, I just like, I don't know, sassy. Sassy.
Super and stupendous.
Yeah.
It's Sharon Jones, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ali Rose.
I can't even say silly.
Well, totally silly for sure, yeah.